Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Hello dear friends, so welcome back to NPTEL online course on logistics and supply chain management. So today we are going to continue with this live session. So I'll just try to address all your queries one by one or whatever you have posted in that Google form. So I hope I can start. There's something wrong with this YouTube link is not working. Madam, can you please check? This link is not working. Madam? This link is not working. YouTube link is not working.
No, sir. Just refresh it.
Okay, now it is coming. Yes. So yes, so we'll start. I'll start with the very first question, which is posted by Nikhil, and this is what is good opportunity for completing this course, where to place. So yeah, so other 2-3 questions are of similar nature. So audience is little confused about the scope of this course. Obviously we have different dimensions in that, and when we talk about supply chain, so many different stakeholders are involved in that, right. So the scope is also in that way very wide. So we start with your developing the vendors from where we will get the raw material, that is altogether is another point from where we are sourcing our raw material, sometimes sub assemblies, and that is one functional area, right. And then we are transporting that material to our manufacturing site, that is transportation is another functional unit. In between we are storing sometimes to keep the inventories, so that if something goes wrong, even then the smooth supply of the material can be ensured to the production line. And then the second stream where we are converting the raw material into finished one, manufacturing is another vertical of this. And then we are talking about the storing the end product in the warehouses or distribution channels, and then again transportation is involved in that. And in the end, through this distribution network, we are ensuring the end mile delivery, right. So that means that is distribution design is another vertical. So these different area are there, right. So this is maybe the opportunity is for the people who are working with the mechanical production, operation management, people who are looking into warehouse management, because this warehouse management is not that easy these days, because we are using so different softwares and automated warehouses are there, right. So how we can implement that and how we can ensure that the functioning of that using automated guided vehicles are there, robots are there, cobots are there, right. So that means different functional units are there. So in that way we can see the scope is huge, and this is also interdisciplinary. So it is not only related to production, right. So different departments are there, right. So yes, so second question is, what innovation in transportation and logistics are on the horizon, and how should we prepare for their adoption? So transportation and logistics, obviously transportation is part of logistics, and then logistics warehousing is also there, and storage, right. So and distribution of course. So when we are talking about the innovations in transportation, only we are using transportation management software. So this is now very common that we can find out the best route, and route optimization can be done. In that way we can reduce the cost of delivering the products, right, from one end to the other end. And then maybe based on the weather condition, based on the road condition, based on the traffic conditions, and then intermodal, how you can pick what are the different alternatives, whether we can go using ship, whether we can go using air transportation or train transportation or road transportation, and in those sessions we have discussed in detail what are the positive and negatives of picking any alternative, right, and then we have attached these dimension with the sustainability measure also, right. So that we have discussed in detail. Talking about the innovation, now the next stage may be where we can go for the kind of maybe implementing AI into your transportation industry. How we can do that? We can go for a kind of predictive maintenance for the transportation fleets we are using to distribute the product, right. So having said that, instead of sudden breakdown happens and then we are not sure how much time it will take to repair, and then our inventory is stuck there on the road, and this is how is disturbing the complete supply chain, right. So this, if we will go for predictive maintenance, we know beforehand that this vehicle requires now is maybe deviating from what are the parameters we are recording. We have sensors when we are utilizing those fleets, and then we can say that okay, this functioning is not normal, so we need to go for the maintenance, and then it will help you to search for the alternative so that the smooth supply chain can be ensured. So this is related to your transportation. Talking about your warehouse management, again we are using warehouse management software. You just imagine if we are placing the order with Amazon, and then that order is to be routed from, let us say, in Gurgaon facility, the distribution hub. Now the system in Gurgaon facility, right, then people must be noting down what is the order, then they will be searching for the order, picking the order, packing the order, and then sending that with the courier partner. Instead of doing that, as long as you are clicking that information directly goes to the automated vehicle working there or robot working there. Robot will within no time knows that that code, where is that code line. So will track the whole inventory and will tell you where is that product, will pick that product, will pack that product, will ship that product to the courier partner. So that means you see how we can minimize the errors in that way, and the efficiency can also be increased. So when we are talking about the repetitive kind of activities we are doing, we can easily replace by using robots, AI and machine learning playing huge role. So in that way, so the future scope is very wide, and we are talking about the collaboration of AI, IoT and blockchain technology. These all will help you to track where is your inventory right now, and if inventory is, sometimes what happens, we are assuming that next lot is coming within 2 hours and maybe it is delayed, that 2 hours may take 3 hours, but whether that lot is reaching at your location in the right condition, that also who will ensure. Once lot will reach at your point, you will check, your IQC team, incoming quality control team will check, and then will say okay, this lot is okay, we can use it. Or what if this is rejected during transportation, you broke some items or maybe damaged some items, right. So those items you cannot use that raw material, right. So that means how you will cope up with that. So that these technologies will help you to track not only the where the lot is, but also the condition of the lot, right. So that if anything goes wrong during transportation, you can arrange for the alternatives. So this is the question. Next question is many doubts regarding assignment. What are those doubts? Are not highlighted here. So I'll go to the next one. Lecture end last 10 minutes, Hindi language per chapter conclusion. So this is also not clear. If you are there, you can just elaborate on this. Sagar, this is your question. I could not understand that. In today's business world, entire supply chain is technology enabled, right. Just now I pointed out there is extensive use of cloud based system like ERP, enterprise resource planning, and then VMS, vendor management software and various others, to which have made supply chain and logistics fast and efficient. Kindly elaborate on technological collaboration in supply chain and logistics management. Yes. So now if we are talking about enterprise resource planning, see, if I am heading one unit, right, and that unit is working maybe in 5 different areas throughout the country, right. So how I can keep the track of each activity going on each this unit, right. So ERP is one system, or SAP solutions are one system where I can track what is done at the IQC end today, right. How many lots we received, how many lots are rejected, who are those vendors from where we are getting the rejected supplies, where we are getting the maximum quality issues, where we are facing the price related issues, right. So these all we can track sitting at one location in my office, and I can track all those activities for all the 5 units. What the marketing team is doing, purchase team, how many orders are placed, where we are struggling to raise the POs, or maybe struggling to get the raw material supply, we need to develop more vendors. So this is a kind of consolidated system where you are consolidating your information, and that information is kind of, you can take the informed decisions based on that, and sitting at one location, and then you exactly know that what is happening in all those 5 facilities, right. So this is, we talk about sometimes the virtual system we are setting up, right. So when we are talking about, like, this is same Internet of Things, how we are connecting the these physical things and in a virtual place, right. And then we know how each unit, how each machine is working, where the maintenance is required, where we need to replace the equipment, replace the manpower, go for higher skills, those all kind of things, decisions we can take using these technologies. But yes, this is very limited information about that, we have discussed in detail, and towards maybe 10th or 11th week 4-5 sessions are dedicated towards smart, sustainable, resilient supply chain, where we will talk about what are the technological interventions and how we can use those technology to make it more faster, right. Now, so when I started recording this this subject, I was talking about the next, maybe the promise from Amazon or Flipkart, maybe the single day delivery, right. It's very difficult to promise, but you just see what is going to be the implication for the supply chain managers. Single day delivery, when they are placing the order, picking the order from the seller and then delivering to the courier partner will deliver to the nearest hub, that hub will go to the next hub near to that customer, then it will go to the distribution center, then finally we are getting the message that your order is out for delivery, right. So that means this whole process is there and many stakeholders are involved. So how we can ensure single day delivery, how we can ensure delivery using drones, right. So within 30 minutes, if we are talking about medical supplies, so obviously this is a kind of emergency supply chain, there is one session on emergency supply chain as well, right. So in those kind of emergency supplies, we can understand, okay, we can go for drone delivery, we need not to think about the efficient way of delivering the products, even the cost is higher, we will go for that. But yes, for routine items we need to make the trade off between the cost as well as between the responsiveness, right. We cannot say that we are providing the high end services, I can charge little bit higher, maybe I am the only player promising same day delivery, but what will happen if the other will enter, right. So then there will be that monopoly will not be there, right. So then other player will promise same day delivery without any extra cost. So then you can just imagine scenario. So next question is, how do you see supply chain management as a job in future as a mechanical engineer? How can we excel in this sector? I believe for mechanical engineer this is going to be the direct choice, natural choice, because for mechanical engineer production and supply chain management, right. So and in mechanical engineering we have this coursework on production operation management, operation research, supply chain management, logistics management. So we are covering all these concepts in that. Talking about future jobs, so now you just think that because Indian scenario if we will talk about, we have discussed in the first or second week that if we will talk about Chinese market, so their people are using this e-commerce platform like anything. So they have penetrated the market up to 80 to 90%. People are going shopping through online because they don't have time to go to actually physically to the store and then brick and mortar store and then picking the products. So they don't have time, right. So they are placing orders, but in India, so the mentality of the customer is still like, if we are investing something, and that is a maybe durable item. So we want to actually feel the product, we all actually want to see the product, how it looks like, and then we want to pick, right. But if those routine items are there, we can easily go for. So that's the reason. If you see, if we'll talk about the home appliances or mobile phone, so maximum penetration of e-commerce players is in the industry of these home appliances or mobile phone, because we know that what are going to be the feature. What you will do with that, that looks is also very obvious, right. But if you are buying maybe pair of shoe and you are investing somewhere around 8,000 or 10,000, so obviously you will try different designs, right. So then picking one, just going through the image will not help you, right. If you are picking shirt costing more than 5,000, obviously you would like to go to the store and then you want to try the fabric, you want to feel the comfort, quality and everything, right. And then what are the different shades available, in white also so many different shades are there, right. So that means that is product specific. So still in India, e-commerce industries, in some sectors we are struggling, like furniture, only I think 2-3% we have penetrated the furniture market, because people want to go there, want to feel and want to check whether the wood quality is okay or not, right. So that is the reason. So I think, but many of the items we have penetrated up to 60 to 70%. So you can just imagine the future when we are, and we are short of time, we have money now, disposable income is increasing, but the time is decreasing, right. So even how rarely we are going now to the restaurants and then taking dinner, spending 2 hours with the friends and family, this is not happening. And then both are working, husband wives are working, and then they are reaching late at home, so let us order through Swiggy, let us order through Zomato, we do not have that time, right. So then you just imagine the scope of this in future, e-commerce. So supply chain management, talking about, there was one question in the email also, that services industry, yes. So services also, the very basic difference which I think I have discussed this, when we are talking about a product industry, we are talking about maintaining the inventory, right. When we do not have orders, even then we can manufacture, and whenever there will be rush of the orders, we can circulate those products, right. But in case of services industry, if we do not have the orders right now, we do not have the customers, we cannot process those customers right now and then deliver the services later on, right, because customer is very much part of the delivery process, production process in the services industry. So as long as they are not there, we cannot do that. So there we talk about queue management, here we talk about inventory management. This is a basic difference, right. And then because altogether if we will say pure services industry is existing, not possible, pure product industry is very rare, right. So we have the hybrid industry, where products are supported by the services industry and services are supported by the product industry, right. So another question is, already I talked about the scope of supply chain professional, I will just elaborate on this. Now we talked about warehouse management, already we are doing, right, but warehouse management now we are using WMS software, now we are using robots to maintain your inventory, right, to pick the products, to pack the product, packaging is being done by the robots, right, so that there should not be any error, right. So earlier you might have seen that if we were ordering some products, instead of those products we were getting some other products, right, but now those news are very rare, right, it's not happening. How we can develop that error free system, right, because if we are working with the manpower, obviously those errors we can commit, right, but if we are working with the robots, it's very rare that we can commit that, because robot will just scan the barcode and whatever product is inside, that will be shipped, right, and barcode we are getting the order from the customer, right. So even if you are ordering through Zomato, there is one window where you can supply the instructions, cooking instructions, right, and how many times that is happening that the same cooking instructions are being followed, right. If that is not happening, that means somehow where the instructions are going, that system is not connected with the kitchen, right. So we need to supply the information in such a way, if this information belongs to kitchen people, the chef, directly it should go to the chef, right. Why that intermediary is required? That person is not required who is recording the order. order recording, order processing, payment is another part, right. So that is one area, and we are talking about the transportation, again route optimization, and the software we are using, transportation management software. I was talking about the predictive maintenance of the transportation fleets is another technical intervention which we are looking for, right. And then we are talking about tracking the products flowing through the supply chain. Where is my product right now, right. Right now, if you see, if something is being dispatched from the Calcutta hub to, let us say, to Delhi, so unless that product is reaching to that Delhi facility, in between you cannot track where is your product, right. So maybe your product is very, very important, and let us say you applied for visa and you are going to travel very soon. So in between time is very less, you want to track where is your visa right now, right. So in between for 2 days or maybe 1 day you do not have any information, right. How we can track that, where is your visa, where is your packet right now, that will help you to plan the things, right. Same way it is happening in the industry. So we can implement IoT system that to solve these kind of problems, and then we have blockchain technology, how we can ensure that the records are shared transparently with all the stakeholders. This is required. The information should be supplied to the end customer as well, right. So I mean, different areas are there, and already I have covered in the sessions, but just a brief introduction about that. So the next question is, how does one practice about different methods of supply chain given there are so many components? Yes, so many components are there, and implementation and management of supply chain, very difficult. If I will say, if one person can handle all these things, it is not feasible, and different areas are there, right. So manufacturing is one part. If you are not able to manufacture, you see, in manufacturing also, all the components we are not manufacturing, sometimes we are outsourcing the sub assemblies also, right. So that means sub assemblies are being prepared. If we are manufacturing, let us say, washing machine, now washing machine we are using your circuit board, and that circuit board is a kind of PLC, programmable logical control array, because we are giving some programming instruction, this is how it is working, right. Now we are very good with the manufacturing of the home appliances, but we are not very good with the programming part, we are not very good with embedding million components on one small chip. So maybe some electronic company must be doing that, and they are providing the sub assemblies to us, right. So this is how it is happening. So this is altogether another area. Warehouse management, another expertise is required, right. So transportation, again transportation, 4-5 different sectors are there. So if you are handling the road transportation, altogether different dimensions are there. If you are going for train transportation, you need to find out your industry, how much share you are using train transportation, road transportation, air transportation, ship transportation, right. So that will help you to figure out the cost function, the time required, the lead time required to deliver the product to the end customer. And then the next question is, what does IIT Kharagpur do as in for producing quality students and research that makes it stand out from other institutes, given knowledge and practices are openly available? True, yes, knowledge and practices are openly available. I will not say that Kharagpur is doing something very special, but yes, because we have specialized centers right here. If we will talk about, we have Center of Excellence for Advanced Manufacturing, Center of Excellence for Railway Transportation, Center of Excellence for Transportation, Center of Excellence for Computing and Decision Making, and then AI. So different centers are there. So that is why I am saying that this supply chain management, different stakeholders are involved, different expertise are required. So if I will say one student will come out of IIT Kharagpur, will be addressing all your queries, is not feasible, not possible, right. If someone is specialized in AI technology, will help you to implement AI, whether you are talking about implementing AI in your store management, you are talking about AI in your transportation fleet management, AI in manufacturing, AI in predicting the forecasting the demand, AI in defining the routes, so AI in vendor management, right. So that different parameters are there, but all are related to AI. So one can develop that system, but then transportation is another vertical, right? Warehouse management is another vertical, manufacturing is another vertical, right? So that way that knowledge is required from all those fields. So not possible only one from one area everything can be served, right? Yeah, so these were some of the questions, and we can take. So yes, so next is what is the scope of supply chain management in Germany, right? So this is the question. Now we need to see this when we are comparing these logistics and supply chain functions, developing versus developed nations, right? So why e-commerce industries are so successful in China, right? So reason is because there the mobile technology and internet technology penetrated the market like anything, right? And within very short span of time. If we will talk about Indian market, it took more than 10 years, right? So to and still all people are not using Android phones, all are not using the internet, right? So that means that depends upon the these dimensions also. And then talking about kind of economy, Germany or China or US, where you can see that maximum people are using that. That's why Alibaba from China is so successful, is contributing almost 2% GDP of China, right? So you just imagine China is the second largest economy, and one e-commerce player is contributing 2% is very huge, right? So that way you can just see yes, customer potential is another very important point, because in Germany that number of customers we may not get, but yes, if we will talk about the overall industry scenario, so yes, there people are more advanced, looking for more efficient services, and system is also more advanced, right? So obviously we are expecting the services within half an hour, how we can get the deliveries, right? So that is the point we need to look after. Okay, so next is, after getting the answers you may check with your answers so that you know your assignment marks and you may use them for your final exams. I could not get this. Please share our assignment sheet as soft copy to compare with assignment key or solution. So I think already key we are supplying, so you can just compare with your assignment whatever you have submitted. Yeah, so there is one person who missed the first 4 assignments. What to do? Need your guidance. What we can do in that case?
8 out of 12 unmarked. So if they are not 4.
So we are marking the best 8 assignments, but even then I think that access can be given to those students for the assignments.
No, 4 that they missed, they can't do it.
Okay.
Every assignment now they have to do if they want to.
Okay, so now you can continue with all the assignments. So I will talk to the NPTEL team. If it is feasible, we can supply those assignments to you people, then we will see. Yes, according to which are the best universities to study supply chain management? Whosoever is providing you supply chain management course, that is the best university. Only thing is you need to practice, you need to work more on that. Obviously when we are designing 2 credit course, 3 credit course or 4 credit course, it's not feasible to cover everything in that, right? And then I told you many verticals are there, so it is difficult to cover in one course, right? So but we have now specialized programs on supply chain management also, right? So then any institute which is providing you maybe 1 year course on that will give you obviously the added advantage, right? Here also, like we have introduced some operation research modeling techniques, like we talked about transportation management, we talked about assignment problem, we talked about sequencing and scheduling. So yes, a little bit we have included in that how we can go for the optimization, resource allocation, right? So yes, many operation research techniques are also part of that. So it is really difficult, but yes, you need to go through the structure, whatever structure they are providing, if they are covering all the aspects, then it is good, right. So then next depends upon the student also, how much effort they are putting into that. Okay, so how cross docking is important for a company, because it is unethical. So why they are using cross docking? Cross docking is unethical. We cannot say cross docking is unethical, but yes, if you are doing cross docking on the roadside, then maybe it is illegal. Unethical it is not, but yes, it is illegal. But yes, cross docking, it's not the cross docking I talked about. We have cross docking centers, right? It's not that on the roadside, because usually we have seen this, that like the cement industry, so they are doing and they are on the roadside, so maybe the traffic jam will be there and those things are there, right. So then the obviously those regulations are there, but we have the distribution centers, these warehouses, very small distribution center. So only concept here what we are doing, we are replacing the inventory, and there we are not keeping any inventory, right. So vehicle is coming from different vehicles are coming from different location. This is a one consolidation center, and all products which are going to one pin code will be routed through one vehicle only, right. So this is how it will help you to reduce the transportation cost. So this is how we are doing this. This is not unethical and illegal, right. So if we are doing this in the warehouse stores, right. Yes, can you please mention some of the reference? Already I have mentioned the books, especially for logistics also, supply chain management also. So I mentioned your designing the supply chain network logistics by Simchi Levy. Another book I have given you the Peter Mindel and Chopra, right. So that is supply chain management. So these are books, few other books are also I have included, you can just go through. In the end of the slide I have always given the, I have tried to limit to maybe maximum 4 or 5 books only, so that you need not to purchase many. So in that way you can go. Is there any software for SCM? Yeah, I talked about many softwares. So which software you are talking about? So like ERP, SAP solutions are there, transportation management software is there, warehouse management software is there, inventory management software is there, vendor management software is there, vendor management inventory. So inventory is managed by vendor, for that we have software. We have a smart contract, to execute the smart contract we have softwares. So many softwares are there in that way, right. Can you make supply chain analyst course in the next term, or you are planning to make another course in supply chain or related field? Very difficult right now to commit something on that, but yes, I will try for that. Okay, so yeah, so another question is explain about manufacturing Honda cars and Hero Moto supply chain management innovation part, starting from suppliers to end customers. So this is again very interesting case study. So when Hero Honda joint venture happened long back, so Hero was into Hero cycles, so they were having vast supply chain network throughout the country. But Honda, Japanese company, they wanted to penetrate Indian market. They were already into this two-wheeler industry, right. So they were having the technology, but they want the facilities where they can produce the product and the distribution network through which they can distribute, because Hero was expert at that time to because they were having the knowledge about the Indian market, the culture, how people are buying, their paying capacity, everything, the customer buying behavior, right. So they thought, let us explore this two-wheeler market in India, and we can enjoy the maximum market share. In that way they joint venture for this and they came for this two-wheeler industry, and then as per their terms and condition in 2014 I think they broke up, and now Hero is separate, Honda is separate. The plus point here is, till this time now Honda is, till 2014 Honda is now well aware about the Indian market, right. So they now can operate of their own. So they have the vendor setup also, they have the distribution network also, they know the importance of after sale services in Indian market, how frequently it is required, road conditions and all those things, right, how and what, how in different way we are using the same bike, right, it is not only for riding purpose, we have different uses for the same bike, you cannot imagine, right. So that means that till that point they got the knowledge of the Indian market and now they are exploiting the market. Now you see Honda is also performing well, Hero is also performing well, because they have the distribution network. Now two different supply chains are working, but yes, they are capturing the maximum market share. So in that way they are very successful and maintaining the quality, keeping the low priced products, right. So where they are focusing on fuel efficiency and targeting the lower segment, right. So where the fuel efficiency is very important and after sale services should be minimum, right. So that way they are working. Okay, can you please share the reference book? Already I talked about. Right, so explain about the warehouse development. Warehouse development is again another functional unit and very important these days, because see, one point is, can warehouse work as the distribution center, or we can keep the, we have 2-3 different models. One is your inventory led model, another one is your zero inventory model. In inventory led model, what we are doing, we are trying to keep the inventories at our warehouses, but zero inventory model is we are just taking the order, this is just the platform, we are connecting sellers with buyers, whatever order you will place directly will be routed from the seller, maybe it will go through our warehouse, right, and then it will be routed to the end customer. So if we are talking about now what is happening and the future of warehouse management, already I talked about the warehouse management software and the different technology we are using automated tugs, we are using automated guided vehicles, we are using cobots, we are using robots, and just because in one warehouse we have millions of items, right, small products to largest product you can sell on your website, right. So all the products we are maintaining, it's very difficult to keep the track of each and every code, and then if you can track the code, maybe most of the time you will be out of the product because you were not able to track the inventory you were maintaining at that time. So it is almost impossible to keep the track of the inventory whatever you are maintaining for million products, right. So better we can have the robots working, right, and each robot, one robot is working for one dedicated line of means shelves are there, and then keeping the record of all the products. If today robot is just now picked one product, picked, packed and delivered, right, so after that it will automatically update that now this much inventory is depleted and we have these many stocks items in the stock, right. So this information should not only go to the warehouse team, this should be shared with the manufacturer, this should be shared with the raw material supplier, because this information is equally important to all the stakeholders, and transportation agency should be ready to deliver another lot, right. So that is the role we are seeking now. Sir, please recommend a 5 to 10 year certificate course to our MBA student, as I am planning to give them as a part of assignment in spite of written or other assignments. Okay, please recommend 5 to 10 year certificate course. This is the only course I am floating. I could not get students as I am planning to give them as assignment. So right now I am just offering this logistics and supply chain management only, right. Okay, can you recommend a best book on logistics and supply chain management? I cannot comment that this is the best book. We have different books for different, now it is up to you which area you are exploring, right. So for that's why for separate verticals I have given you separate books. So in the end of the PPT you can go through that, but if you want the very basic knowledge, these two books you can follow, like I mentioned, Simchi Levy and the Mendel and Chopra. These two are basics, but if you will talk about the optimization which I have included in this subject, then obviously optimization, maybe you need to go for operation research by Taha, or maybe operation research by Ganeshan, another book. So different books are there. If you will talk about production concept I have used, maybe then production Buffa and Serene is another book that is used for production operation management, or different segments are there. So I cannot be very specific that one book will solve all these issues, is not feasible, and I am not finding any book right now which can address, means because if you will go through 12 weeks this course, this line is means touching different verticals, right. So it is impossible to get in one book. So you can just refer in the end of the PPT, I have mentioned the books, and I have mentioned the research articles as well, from where we have taken the data, and the research, if someone is interested in that. Is our end exam will be MCQ? Yes, your exam will be in the same way, like we are providing you the assignments, multiple choice questions will be there, right. How e-commerce companies like Amazon, Flipkart are using reverse supply chain with this accuracy, because it is difficult for the companies. Yes, it is difficult, as I mentioned, like with one click you are ordering the product, with the next click you are again returning back the product, and you even don't bother to give us the reason why you are returning the product, right. You simply you changed your mind, even that you can write and then return the product, right. And then you just imagine, for delivering one product we have done 2 deliveries, right, and then for again you are sending that product back, we are doing 4 deliveries. Any delivery, if you go for Indian Postal Services, it will take minimum 70 to 100 rupees, right, and we are doing 4 deliveries and we are getting nothing out of that, 0 profit, not a profit, we are not even getting any business out of that, right. But yes, then we are promising, and I have already mentioned that the return rate is somewhere around 25 to 30%. You just imagine, out of every 100 products 25-30 are coming back. It's a big challenge. That's why now we are coming with, I have also proposed some solutions in that session, that how we can convince the customer, if last 10 deliveries you did not return single product, I will give you next 10 deliveries free, right. I will give you voucher of maybe 500 rupees, I will give you, maybe in that way you can come with these kind of promotional offers, where you can convince your customers and maybe sensitize your customers toward the sustainability. If you are going to, without any reason going to place the orders and without any responsibility returning back, so this is how you are wasting the resources, right, and packaging you are destroying, and then we are not able to recycle the packaging. And then I talked about, right, Mantra, they changed from poly bag to paper bag, now Amazon is also doing that, right. So so they are also making efforts. So in that way, it's the responsibility of the customer also to, like I pointed out one case study in European countries, what is happening, if they are ready to wait, even if their item is getting delayed, they are more than happy if the end mile delivery is done using bicycles or electrical cycles, they are ready to wait, and then they are waiting so eagerly to return back those paper packets, so that is because 100% recyclable. Here also Mantra is mentioning in big letters 100% recyclable, but how many times you are recycling, how many times you are returning that back, and they are not even now collecting right now, right. So that maybe they need to initiate this also, so they can do this in a better way. Can you please explain the inventory management on goods like gold jewelry? Yes, another very expensive industry where initial investment is very high, and I think I have discussed one case of diamond industry, right, where what they are doing, they are just placing the designs throughout all the stores they have, right, but real inventory they are maintaining at one centralized location, right, and people are visiting at different locations, they are checking the products design, checking the price and all that, they are placing the order, and within the same day that delivery is being done. Now because this is a kind of industry where the security parameter is very important, so instead of maintaining security at 10 different locations, I can maintain the security at one point, and then I can channelize the inventory within same day, we can ensure that. right. So, I think that is the answer of this question. Is the certificate received from this platform valid to get a job? So, yes, because just certificate is not enough, you have to justify the certificate, right. So, if you are really getting the knowledge out of this, and if in the end there will be interview, right, you have to face that. If you know all the aspects, so obviously will help you. So, because I have touched these points, right. So, you need to explore, so many research directions are there, all one person cannot touch, but yes, then you should have the knowledge how it is working the complete supply chain, right. So, obviously it will help you to get more visibility in that job market, but then again your knowledge, how intellect you are into that, so that will also define, will help you to get the job. Okay, so cold chain, safe express cold chain logistics system, this is another kind of supply chain, cold chain supply chain, which is again very important, right. And we are maintaining the perishable items at that temperature. Now, here we have to make a trade off between either you are ready to be stock out or you are keeping extra inventory. If you are keeping extra inventory, because these are perishable items, within 2 days or 3 days, so expiry date, milk products expiry date will be there, but yes, we have some products like apple, you can store for 2 years even, right, in the cold storage, right. So, but then again the cost is very high to maintain the cold storage, right, and then the damages are happening during the inventory and all that, we are managing the inventory. So, again this system is this supply chain again posing different challenges in that way, but yes, we have to make the trade off, either you should be efficient enough, keep the minimum inventory, but then you should be ready to be stock out sometimes. You can be stock out for the milk packets, for the cheese we are buying, for the ice cream, but then if you do not want to say no to your customer, you keep extra stock, right, and then if sometimes someday if you are not able to consume that, there should be some reverse supply chain, how you can recycle that, right. So, that is how this is important. The lead time is very important when we are talking about cold chain logistics system, right, and expenses are huge, right. If that vehicle cold, if you are carrying through the transportation fleet, in between that cold storage system fails, whole inventory you are carrying is destroyed, right, you cannot use that. So, this is another challenge. This certificate comes in which category, degree or diploma? I think you can go through the guidelines, what type of certificate you are getting. I think only certification is mentioned that you have done this 12 weeks program, right. So, that you can use. What is safety stock and important examples, right. So, I hope this is not the assignment question. So, safety stock is the minimum stock we are maintaining, right, so that we do not want to be stock out in the market, right, and how we are calculating the maximum demand on any day, you will keep that in mind and will maintain that much stock, right. And let us say for replenishing the inventory, it is taking 5 days. So, minimum 5 to 6 days safety stock you will maintain, because 5 days it is taking and then maybe 1 day delay. So, that much time, so that depends upon the industry to industry, but this is the minimum stock always any company is maintaining as inventory to meet the unexpected demand, right. So, that is all. This is the last question in this platform. Okay, there are many in the other Google form. Please share some simple case studies. So, I have simplified the case study to the extreme level, because I have not given you the full case for any topic. I have taken only the content related to that part, whatever I have explained. I do not think there is any other way to explain the, because in one case there are so many different dimensions. So, I have tried, maybe one case I have repeated for 4 or 5 times, because different dimension I have highlighted, right. So, that way I have already shared that and that PPTs are also supplied, and I have given the full information related to that case, right. Okay, so this question already I have answered. How to ensure more collaboration and data sharing between different supply chain activities, give some information needed to kept with the organization for security. Yes, like now we are working on a kind of data system, we are saying that our supply chain should be transparent, right. So, transparent throughout the supply chain. So, we are trying to set up some touch points. Let us say if I want to record the customer preferences, so why my sales team should interact with the customer, then sales team will consolidate at the region level, will consolidate at the district level, at state level, then at country level, and then I will configure the demand. Why this is happening? So, at the touch point where the customer is interacting, at that point only whatever customer is telling, I want that fresh information as it is, right, and quickly at the same point, because if I am getting after 10 days or 1 month, what I'll that information may not be of any use, right. So, your competitors will use that information and will be getting the advantage on that. So, that is why this IoT kind of system we are trying to implement, where there will be no intermediary and this information will be quickly shared. Very simple example, when I am going through, let us say, big bazaar and I am picking so many different grocery products. So, and you might have seen when we are going for maybe 2 months or 3 months inventory we are planning in one visit. So, obviously more than 200 items you must be picking. Can you check the expiry date for all the 200 items? Not feasible. If you will check, it will take a minimum 2 hours to 3 hours to pick the product. And then how frequently you are, this size is not required, that flavor is not required, so many different brands are there. Once it is done, 1 hour exercise is done, you have picked all the products, then you are going to billing counter and it is taking another hour to generate the bill. So, how we can come up with the smart trolley? You are picking the product, this pen I picked from one shelf, dropped in the trolley and automatically it is added into the bill. Not only it is added into the bill, same time that trolley display unit is there giving me the information, this pen is rated by the feedback of the customer at Amazon, Flipkart, different medias, maybe social media, how they are rating this pen. What is if I will buy this pen from other players, if I will buy this pen online, all this information is required. What if this will not work? What is the expiry date? Immediately it will come and expiry date will come, this much information, how I can keep the eye on every information. So, anything if after expiry date I am putting into my trolley, automatically red cross should come. And let us say if after some time 5 minutes I realized, okay, I am now over budgeted, so let us remove this pen, automatically it will deduct from the bill. So, you just imagine, nothing is required, you need to go to the billing counter, 10 people are there, line, huge line and all that, nothing is required, right. So, this and then whatever, why you picked this pen, why you removed this pen, that information is also, as a manufacturer, as a marketer I am getting, why customer did not pick my pen but picked some other player pen. What was extra? My feedback was not good in the Amazon or Flipkart, or my pricing was not good, or whatever may be the reason. So, that is the one example I am giving you how we can share this data. Okay, so reverse logistics, already I explained this question. Is this certificate? Okay, I told you. So, yes, so already I discussed about future prospect in economic scenario, because now the time is going to be where we are falling short of the time, and how quickly, if the now I'm talking about the delivery system. If I start, let us say, making the tea, suddenly I realize that, oh, there is no sugar, right. So, within 30 minutes who can deliver the sugar? So, I will place the order with the person, and meanwhile I am preparing for the tea, sugar will be at the doorstep, right. So, that system we are saying, and we are looking for one step ahead, where why sugar is out of stock, why my smart kitchen did not raise the order for the sugar packet 5 days before, because my smart kitchen should know that it is taking minimum 5 days to get replenish the sugar packet, and I am having 5-6 days stock. Let us place the order, because my kitchen knows that this sugar brand I am using, this much quantity I am buying in repetitive order. So why my decision making is required in that? No, my role is nowhere, right? Already I am, and there are so many items we in our household we are using, that we are buying the routine items, right? So this is IoT, this is smart kitchen, right? This, your refrigerator should know when refrigerator is going to order for the next cake or butter or juice or anything, right? So depending upon whatever inventory is left out and how much I am consuming daily, right, it should replenish. So this is how we are thinking about the next thing. So maybe one last question we can take this. Best professional certificate, its content for 2 years experience in SCM, it's a kind of compliment or what, I don't know. So no question in that. So yes, yeah, content is for 2 years, yes, that I agree, because if you will explore each dimension it will take time, right. So yes, so some FMCG products, personal care, they are importing from other countries, so it will be costly, but companies, they pay extra transportation cost, miscellaneous cost. So why they do so? This is not, if you go through, there are some raw material we are producing in India, we are selling that, sending raw material in African countries, processing the oil, sunflower oil, and again selling it back in Indian market. You are just talking about importing from other countries. I am talking about we are producing here only, we are processing that in some other country and then selling it back. So yes, challenge is there, transportation cost is there, but yes, if we are getting the advanced technology, if we are getting the quality product, so why not we go for that, right? And then customer is ready to pay. And I assure you, the technology we are using to process that oil here is that costly that the vendors, the stakeholders who are supplying the end material, right, the finished product after using our raw material is cheaper than that. So you just imagine, it's not that irrational decision they are taking, that just they are importing from some other countries. Can we integrate blockchain technology and SCM? Yes, yes, I talked about blockchain technology is especially whatever transactions we are using. Why we are using blockchain technology? So that we can ensure transparent system, so that your record should not be immutable, so that anyone cannot alter the records. If so, you should have the license to be part of that. So supply chain, what can be the best other than your supply chain, where so many stakeholders are involved, and anything you are doing, the information you are sharing is required for all the stakeholders. So one last question. Difference between reverse logistics and return logistics. So return logistics means same way we are using reverse logistics rather than return logistics. Returns, when we are saying that, returns are only focused with whatever product you did not like, you are sending me back. That is simple return. But reverse logistics scope is huge, right? This is not only the product that is coming because customer did not like. Maybe you use that product for 6 months and that is under warranty period and that is damaged, it is not working. Then again it will come back. You have to ensure the reverse supply chain. Maybe you are ensuring that at the end of the life of that product, again you will help to reuse, recycle, refurbishment, remanufacturing. Then again there is a role of reverse supply chain, right? So in that way it is required. So I think we will end it here. So thank you very much. I hope you might be enjoying the course content. So our team has worked meticulously on that, preparing the content. Yes, it is so much information we have provided in that, but yes, it is required to, if once you will go through, you will develop that perspective. Yes, that is why I have not limited to only 8 or 10 or 12 slides. So I have given the extended information so that it can provide you the research directions. If anywhere you are working, you are practicing that, so it will help you to address those issues, right. So wish you all the best. I will try to again come with this another live session somewhere towards the end of September 2024. So till then, bye bye, wish you all the best.